I'm Politichu. I talk about politics and Pokemon on my TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube in short-form video content. But when I'm streaming, I usually have a fun, goofy time playing video games with my monstituents. When you follow me, you become one of my monstituents. And this is our Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke, where we are the Hydration Nation. Yep, all of our Pokemon are nicknamed after different beverages by my Twitch chat. And this will be all up on YouTube. So hello, YouTube. Hi. Yeah, but like, comment, and subscribe, YouTube. Am I doing calls to action good? Anyway, this is our team. We got Bobasaur, Beer, and Diet Dew. And you might think, oh, you're just before Brock's gym. Why do you only have 3 Pokemon? You know, sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes you make mistakes and 2 of your babies die. Okay? Okay? Yeah, we're grinding. We're absolutely grinding. We're grinding for the first while, you guys. Oh my god. We're not losing anymore. We're not doing it. Not 2 encounters failed. So, first our Pidgey died because, our Pidgey Urge, named after a Swedish beverage? Some sort of Nordic beverage, died because I was switch trading and then I was looking at chat and I didn't switch. And that's on me. That's on me. I was chatting with chat and not paying attention. Then, our Rattata monster died to the rival fight because I didn't realize what level the rival fight was. It was honestly a miracle that our starter Bobasaur survived. It is a miracle we didn't wipe. Yeah, sometimes mistakes are my own fault, and sometimes my mistakes are following the decisions of chat, yeah. But we've got our guys. And yes, I am still grinding Diet Dew and our boy Beer here. Even though, you know, Bobasaur is going to be, basically soloing the rock gym because we need them to be strong. We need them to be powerful. We need everybody to be caught up. Yeah, I won in the end and that's positive. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. We just gotta take it as it happens. Yeah. So everyone is all beverage themed. It's to remind everybody in my chat to stay hydrated. Because I know my audience is just like me, neurodivergent and prone to prone to forgetting about bodily needs and functions. Yeah. Yeah, Brock, the level cap is gonna be 14. We're going with the rule that my mon can only be as strong as the gym cap. My highest level mon can only match his highest level mon. Words. Yeah, his ace. That's the word. My brain is still pudding, guys. Every time I have, like, a crazy, like, scuff moment, I go into panic mode, which isn't a good trait to have as a streamer. It's not good that I'm like, every time, but, you know, it's almost like I have clinical anxiety. You know? For bedridden, did I get the flu or something? No, I have, chronic pain. I have, chronic pain that can, leave me, stuck in bed for, like, weeks at a time. And I have, a bit of a compromised immune system. And so I often end up bedridden because I am sick. Or a combination of the two. Which is also not a good trait for a content creator to have. I'm constantly fighting to remind myself that I can't be holding myself to the same standard as, like, a lot of creators out there that I admire. Like, I don't make videos as often as I would like. I don't stream as often as I would like. But I also have crippling body pain, and I'm constantly falling sick. Yeah. Yeah. It's why my merch Sona has so many bandages. So my hockey stick tail is a hockey stick, right? But people think it's bandages. But my merch Sona, which is my legally distinct form for merch, has a lot of bandages to represent I have a connective tissue disorder that compromises everything from my immune system to my ability to handle certain activities. People are in ad jail. Ad jail. Well, while people are in ad jail, this is my merch Zona. I drew it. I did this. Sorry. I probably shouldn't just be like, oh, people are in ad jail, because I know this is going on YouTube, and I have to keep entertaining for the people on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. How you doing? You wanna put a like, comment, and a subscribe? You wanna comment what your favorite Pokemon is? You wanna comment what your favorite Jim Carrey role is? I don't know. Engagement? Calls to action? Am I doing it right? Am I an influencer? Ads happening. Yeah. I have I'll do a little bit more grinding while people are in ad hell. I can at least get some more progress on that. I can do a little heal. Criv, is your team The Mask? Oh, The Mask is good. The thing is, I unironically adore the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. I watch and like and delight in every single Stobotnik video on TikTok. All the edits, all the fan art. I'm a Stobotnik stan. Like, Stobotnik is one of my ships of all time. It's so good. Toxic Old Man Yowie? Like, come on. I'm Hatsune Pichu! Hatsune Pichu makes me think about the cool project I'm working on right now. It's a big secret, but, it's gonna be good. Teasers. If we could just get Diet Dew to Butterfree, and then be able to switch more with that, that'll be good. Sonic Specs loved Ace Ventura when it came out, but that movie aged like milk. I have never seen Ace Ventura. But I do remember people being annoying and referencing Ace Ventura, and me going, I probably won't like this because the most annoying people I know love it. Does it have anything to do with becoming Chi-Chi? It's a surprise, my secrets. Oh, tomorrow is April Fool's, and I once again have had it sneak up on me. So I don't know what my video for tomorrow is. Last year for April Fool's, Strong Bad took over my TikTok. And also, happy Trans Day of Visibility! Oh my gosh, yeah! Hello, chat! Hello! YouTube, you're gonna be getting this later, but belated happy Trans Day of Visibility. We stan the trans community. My pronouns are any/all, because what do you want to know my gender? What are you, a cop? My policy, it's one of the things that I've set in place as Politichu, to add, you know, distance, from parasocial stuff, is that, no, you don't get to know what my gender is. No one gets to know. I'm a Pichu. No one can misgender me if they try. Oh no, I'm bald again. It jump scares me every time. I don't feel bald when I look at myself normally, but then post-Miku, I always feel like my wig got snatched. Ow! Someone in my Discord server said that they've been using chew/choose as neo pronouns for me, and I love that. That's fun. That's fun. That's whimsical. I love me a bit of whimsy. Yeah. I am stoked as to what I want to do for an April Fool's video. Because I gotta do one. I just don't know what I would do. I've never been good for doing April Fool's jokes. I've never been good at it. I've never... I think the only time I ever tried to do an April Fool's prank was one time when I was a kid. I put soap in my hand, and then I totally normally asked my grandpa to shake my hand. You know, a normal thing a small child does when visiting their grandpa is go like, oh, handshake? And then I got soap on his hand. That is as pranky as I get. I don't do pranks. I don't do practical goofums. I don't have that flavor of silly in me. Like, because there's, like, some options. I could always do, like a, oh, you know, everyone, you know, this isn't my natural voice. Let me do a voice reveal. And then I talk like this, and I go, hey, this is my actual speaking voice. But I feel like that's cheap. You know?
Like, yes, this is my speaking voice. Hello. This is my natural voice, everyone.
Wouldn't that be terrible? That wouldn't be a good bit. I don't think that would be... But I think I also might be biased, because I feel like everyone knows that I have a silly voice range. But I think that's not true of my wider audience. I don't really fuck around with silly voices too much on my in my like actual content. I could pretend to be Republican. I could just try to do a right wing grift. I could make an ad where I'm introducing my new crypto coin. What do you guys think? Would you guys buy into Politicoin? Just everybody's been wanting merch, so I have minted the finest NFTs. Spiky-eared Pichu brings you back to the good old Heart Gold Soul Silver days? Yeah. I am actually not just a spiky-eared Pichu, though. If you look closely, my spiky ear is in the shape of a maple leaf. See? Maple leaf spiky ear! And I have a hockey stick tail, because I am a Canadian regional variant. I'm always ready to chase after that puck. I'm always digging for the puck in the corners, up against the boards, knocking everybody down. I play defense. Even though most people, when they look at me, they would not think I would play defense. Let's get Daidu out of there. Beer, can you finish this guy off? Yeah, like the Canadian flag. A lot of people have been like, oh, are you like... I mean, a lot of people. I mean, somebody once asked, like, oh, are you like a nationalist? Because, like, you know, you have all the Maple Leaf stuff, like, you love the flag and love Canada. And I'm like, no. The fact of the matter is that I talk about politics, and there's an assumption online. Until a Canadian says otherwise, they are assumed American. And I feel like, especially in the area where I talk about politics in my main videos, I don't want people to misconstrue that my points are not coming from a Canadian perspective. So I've really tried to get across that I am Canadian. Because I don't want anyone to think that I am an American right now. Especially in today's political climate. Hey, no one needs to report the scuff to creation. You guys could have just said the stream has gone perfectly. It's gone perfectly and nothing bad happened. Yeah, we're doing a bit of grinding. It's gonna be a bit. I still say that EXP share should be something that you can choose to turn on or turn off. But oh boy, do you appreciate it more after feeling its absence? Because EXP share is annoying when you're trying to do like a Nuzlocke with like level caps and stuff. But at the same time, you're also sitting here grinding. do the prep setup checklist. I needed to fully restart my computer with the scuff that we had. It was like, apparently I was super quiet for no good reason. I was super quiet and extra laggy, and no idea why. No idea why. And that's not something I could have known from doing my stream start checklist. Yeah, it's just my curse. Exactly. My computer curse is notable. Yeah, definitely, guys. Keep sending me ideas for for April Fool's Day jokes for tomorrow. We'll see what I land on. I'm trying to figure that out. Creation. What I'm gonna do for April Fool's Day. Part of me thinks, for the people in my audience who don't really know that I have a pretty big voice range, I could always do like a finger quotes real voice reveal,
where I talk like this, and everyone just has to deal with the fact that this is what my natural speaking voice sounds like.
Or something stupid like that. It would just be hard picking what voice to do. I should ask someone else to do my natural speaking voice? I mean, I could. But, like, who would I ask? It basically, like, especially on short notice. Ugh. That's not gonna do. Voice changer of video game characters? I can't figure out how technology works to do that. You think that I could make a voice changer work within 24 hours? You are giving me way too much credit. That's the thing, is people who are like, "Oh, you must use a voice changer." I'm like, I wouldn't even begin to know how to use a voice changer. What I wish I could do is like some real "I'll get you next time, gadget" type voices, but I can't really do that one well. I can't go that deep. The Pichus yearn to take down Inspector Gadget. He's had it too good for too long, you guys. Yeah. So it's either that, or I could do a fake, like a fake out face reveal, but then I'd have to like pick what my face reveal would be. If I knew how to like puppet bullshit, I would make like a stupid, like, you know how South Park Canadians are animated? I'd do that, but with Hassan Piker, and I'd just be like, "It's me! I was Politichu the whole time. I was sick and tired of not gaming." Or something stupid like that. What games do I normally play? Well, I play different Pokemon games. I've been playing, Warframe on stream every once in a while. I play, Digimon. Are we talking about just the ones that I stream, or are we asking just in general what kind of video games do I like? Yeah, I love playing Warframe! I've been going through the story. I'm super early. I'm just a wee baby Tenno, but yeah, I've been off the frame grind. I gotta play more. Yeah, I'm a wee baby Tenno. Yeah. Have I done story off stream? No. What? I haven't been doing any story off of stream. Did I accidentally say something? Did I whoopsie say something that sounded like I knew something I don't? Because I'm not far. Oh god! That crit was juicy. Oh god, that was scary. Holy shit, Rattata. Beer, we're getting out of here. We are going to the Pokemon Center, Beer. You cannot be stressing me out like that. Yeah, we're switch training from now on. Fuck that. We just need to get them up to Beedrill and Butterfree. You have 3 Warframes built right now? Oh, I have a fair few. Though I really just main Ember. Once I realized that I could just perpetually spam Ember's, Ember's abilities and just perpetually light everything on fire, I was like, I'm on board. I'm Team Ember. Oh, they're in the process of being built. You have many more. That makes sense. I'm a silly goose. Snorlax has also been really wanting me to stream, to catch up on Warframe. Yeah, I really gotta catch up on Warframe. Why do I even bother? Why do I even bother having Beer attack? Why do I even bother? I should just switch to Bobasaur. God, I need a better non-grass move than Tackle. Yeah, I need to learn why I can't be horny about the Warframes. Chat keeps being... They're like, oh, you can't kiss the Warframes. You can't romance the Warframes. And I don't get why. What if I want to kiss them? I gotta kiss everybody. Yeah, don't say any story spoilers, but... yeah, I'm very excited to get more into Warframe. I want to, at some point, I want to make a Gaslight Gatekeep Grenier art and make a TikTok video being like, Dear Warframe, I will give you this design. Please make it into stuff so that I can buy it. I want to buy Gaslight Gatekeep Grenier merch. Because I think it's funny. The Grenier Queens are Gaslight Gatekeep girl bosses. Most of them don't have mouths, so they would trouble kissing back. Here's the thing. Is that it's okay if they can't kiss back, as long as they feel my love and affection. I go, mwah. Like, I don't know what you guys expect from me. I have always been clear about being a monster fucker. I look at a weird alien thing and I go, handhold? Hmm? One of these days, I'll just come out of nowhere and I'll be like, hey guys, by the way, I made a novel. It's about getting abducted by alien bugmen. Like, yeah, I'm a degenerate who loves hand-holding. I'm a little pervert. Hand-holding and a little smooching on the cheek. A little smooch on the forehead. Yeah. Yeah, chat. We get nasty here. I don't like that crit. Yeah, I'm a you strumpet. You harlot. Yeah, I get that all the time. I'm famously just so saucy and every once in a while I'll get comments, especially on Instagram, where people are like, oh, thank God it's a VTuber that isn't a sexy anime girl. And I'm like, well, man, I'm glad that I'm a little guy too, but also, sexy anime girls are an important part of the ecosystem. Godspeed. God bless the sexy anime girls. It's when a VTuber is unnecessarily sexy and also child-coded that is... Like, I'm a baby Pokemon, but, like, that's not the same. That's not the same. But, like, oh, you're an adult and you are... Why do you feel the need to look like a little girl and have your tummy exposed? You know who I'm talking about. That's fucking weird. That's fucking weird. Yeah. I'm a Pichu because it is the model I had. And also, you know, how I was biologically born. I am a biological Pichu. But also, as a V2 model, it's what I had. And I became a creator on an impulse. As I do most things on impulse. And then I can't evolve because I cannot become a Pikachu. It cannot happen. If Pokemon tolerates me now, if like, you know, if I go around saying, fuck every single person on the Epstein list, they should rot in hell. If I say that as a Pikachu, it hits different. Like, I will get ceased and desisted into a puddle. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Good job, Beer. Good job, Beer. I have to stop myself from singing the Beer song every single time I'm thinking about Beer the Pokemon, because last episode I sang it, and I can't do it every goddamn time. That's a bad viewing experience. But I need you to know that my brain is just being like, beer, 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 diddly beer, 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 every fucking time. Because I'm autistic and my brain goes in loops. Call my brain Pokemon Ranger the way that it's doing circles, baby! Circle, 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 circle! It's called repetitive familiar patterns. Yeah. Yeah. And it's also echolalia that go bird. I felt so good today. I saw a TikTok of a trans girl who is doing like her voice training, and in her voice training she is specifically quoting this internet bird that I also echolalia all the time, and I was like, oh my god, I feel so seen. It's this bird that says stuff like Shrock, touch purple, Wario. Metal glass. It's a good bird. Oh man, there's a couple songs about beer that I like. I don't like beer. I've never liked beer. No, not you, honey. I love you. You're a good Pokemon. I don't like the beverage. It tastes like ass. It tastes terrible. It's so gross and nasty and bad. I do not like it. But like, I don't know. I've just absorbed songs about beer. Like, everyone loves a good drinking song. I like a vibe. I like Look What I Found in My Beer by The Beautiful South. The Beautiful South, one of my favorite bands of all time. Super underrated. Absolutely go listen to The Beautiful South, you guys. They fuck. They fuck. Like, Woman in the Wall? Oh my god! Banger! Their entire Quench album, ugh. Front to back bangers. Everything about fucking The Beautiful South. Oh, I gotta hydrate. Thanks you, Steampunk. Fun fact, though. Oh, Bare Naked Ladies! Yes! 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 I love the Bare Naked Ladies. Like, unironically, I am obsessed with the Bare Naked Ladies. I really want to see them live. I've never seen them live, and it kills me. I have loved the Bare Naked Ladies since I was a wee baby. I love them. And I also, you know, like, Bare Naked Ladies. That's bad, but I'm a mod of taste! No, the Bare Naked Ladies is a band! They're a Canadian band, and they're amazing! Ow! They're in the Digimon movie soundtrack! Creation, why are you throwing so many balls at me? Oh, is it because I said I like Bare Naked Ladies? You guys are so lucky that I don't have one of those VTuber, like, tongue sticky out faces. Ow! Because I want you to know that every time I'm going, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, their worst song is the theme for The Big Bang Theory. But only because it is associated with The Big Bang Theory. Because it is actually kind of... It is a vibe. It's great. But unfortunately, the Big Bang Theory can suck my Pokeballs. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. What's my favorite Bare Naked Ladies song? Okay, I'm gonna say Pinch Me. Because Pinch Me captures, for me, like, the feeling of, like, being depressed. Like, it hits really hard for, like, emotionally for me. But also, you know, chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain starts kicking. Watching X-Files when the light's on. Just fucking Bare Naked Ladies rules. I really love, Odds are, yeah. The odds are that we will probably be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright tonight. The odds are that we will probably be alright. Odds are we're gonna be alright. Odds are we're gonna be alright for another night. Pinch Me So Peak, you think of freedom and going on an adventure when you listen to it. I love that we have different reads on it, because, like, for me, like, Pinch Me is being depressed, where you're thinking about how you'd want to, like, go on adventures and stuff, but, like, it's so hard. Like, you know, I could walk, but I'll probably just drive. It's colder than it looks outside. Like, it's that, like you want to do these things, but you end up, you know, compromising on that and holding back. Oh yeah, if I had $1 million, it has been ruined by inflation. But it still is a banger. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million. Ah, so good. It's All Been Done is so good, yeah. Oh. If anyone in this chat is being converted, if anyone over on YouTube, if you've been converted to Bare Naked Ladies, I've done my job as a Canadian content creator. If I can get you to give them a listen, because God, they rule. Oh, alcohol is also a good one. Yeah! Fuck. Ow! Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God. So, for anyone who is unfamiliar with how my streams work, I have the ability Lightning Rod, and when that procs, when that happens, Lightning McQueen comes and hits me in the face, and I like to use that as a reminder to do my plugs. So, let's do that. Hello, everybody. I'm Politichu. I talk about politics and Pokemon on my TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube in short-form video content. But when I'm streaming, I usually have just a silly, goofy time with my monstituents. When you follow me, you become one of my monstituents, and I become your internet representative. I'm an indie voice actor. I play Chi-Chi in Dragon Ball Abridged, which you can check out on the Gunchpot YouTube channel. I do art. I am an artist. I sometimes do art streams, and I do commissions every once in a while. This is my merch Sona. This is the character design you will find on all of my merch, because I cannot monetize being a Pichu. It's kind of a good way to get murdered by Nintendo ninjas. So this is my merch Sona, and I drew it myself. My merch Sona is legally distinct and also completely gender neutral. Does my merch Sona have pigtails, or is it a mullet? Is my merch Sona wearing a binder, or is my merch Sona just wearing a little crop top moment? We don't know. Is that a bra? Who knows? It's a mystery, because my gender is my business. And what else? Something about merch Sona. You can find that on my Etsy. I drew all my merch. And you should check out my Discord server, Poke Parliament. That is where everyone hangs out. We have a good time. Most Sundays we have community night where we all hang out and chat, and I do various things. Yeah. And my merch sound is just also good to have in case Nintendo does come after my butt. You know, it's just good to have that in the back pocket. You know, just in case. How's that for plugs, you guys? Was that a good one? Did I do good? I get shy. I feel weird doing plugs. Which is, like, not like me. I'm not a shy person. I'm an anxious person, but I've never in my life been described as shy. I did draw that art myself of my merch Sona. Prince Buffo? Yeah. I also drew all of the art that is on my Etsy. The shirt's low-key fire? Yeah! I love the quality of them, too. I think they're comfy. And I'm picky about textures. Yeah, it was really fun doing that art. I drew the art for the shirts during one of my community nights. It was fun trying to, like, work with the negative space. And like, go hard into inking, you know? And I also think it's funny because, you know, if anyone wears it, they just might think, oh, that's just, like, a cool aesthetic, like, anime character shirt. Like, oh, what anime is that from? And it's like, oh, it's a Pichu VTuber! You know? Oh, it's my favorite political commentator, actually. I just think it's funny. I think the idea of merch of me is funny because I think conversations about me are funny. Like, the idea that anyone has ever, like, just talked to someone else and had to explain who I am and what I do is hilarious to me. IRL, I think it's hilarious when people deal with my regular self and try to explain what my regular self is like. Oh, yeah. Yeah, YouTuber merch that's subtle. Yeah, it's the vibe. Exactly. I get so, like, when, like, merch for things are just, like, where my big problem with Pokemon is that so often Pokemon merch is just, here's a big picture of an Eevee, and maybe it says Eevee on it, just to add extra punch. And I'm like, why? Why are we doing this? Like, it just feels like, like Pokemon, like, they have so many options for when it comes to, like, doing aesthetic, ideas with merch and then they don't do it. They just go, here's a logo on a shirt. Like Zelda? Ugh. Zelda? I don't really care for Zelda. I'm gonna be honest. I've just never been... There's not enough narrative for me to chew on in Zelda games, and I like to chew on narrative. Like, I found, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom to be way too loosey-goosey. It's not my vibe. But I love Zelda merch. It always looks so good. I'm always so jealous of all the sick Zelda merch out there. Did I see the guy who had a Pokemon-themed Airbnb, but it was just a bunch of Pokemon wall art? Oof. Like Pokemon, like, wall art stickers? Or or was there actual, like, paintings of Pokemon on the walls? Because that's cool. Don't like how close that got. I haven't played Clair Obscur. I just haven't... I need more time to game. I need to game more often. It's just that, like, I always want to be streaming, but then I feel weird. Like, honestly, I would stream way more often if I had, like, my way. But until I get to the point where I can... like, as a content creator, where I can get to the point where I'm, like, making more of a steady income, then I can, like, justify, oh, Daitu's gonna evolve, yes! Then I'll be able to justify, streaming a lot more often, because otherwise I feel like I'm not doing enough around the house when I'm at the house. I could be cleaning, but instead I'm streaming. I would love to stream a lot more, and well, I'd still be making videos primarily. Like, my main thing is the Pokemon and politics bit, but I do want to stream more, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, but the problem is that as a content creator, even though I have, like, a pretty large following, the platforms on which I have a larger following, TikTok and Instagram, and Instagram is even, like, I'm still very low tier in terms of being a wider content creator. I'm unable to monetize those platforms. I have to really get my YouTube going, is really the big thing. It just, a lot of people just don't get that when you are a Canadian TikToker, you're doing it for the love of the game. Why'd I keep Diet doing? Diet Do, you need to switch. We need to be training beer now. Yeah. Like, we don't have we don't have the creator fund in Canada. So, even though I'll have, like, viral TikToks, I'm not making a penny off of those. And we don't even have pennies anymore. So you can imagine. Random question, favorite Muppet? Oh my god. Oh, that's so hard. Oh god, how do I pick a favorite... Fozzie. It's gotta be Fozzie. Like, I love Gonzo too, but, like, Fozzie just always brings joy to my heart. Fozzie's just such a funny guy. I love him. I love me some Rolf. I love... Oh, Pepe the King Prawn. Yeah, he rules too. Oh my god, I love all the Muppets. I love Kermit. I've been working on my... I can't do like any Muppet impressions, and that kills me. So I've been trying to work on a Miss Piggy impression, but it's weak. It's a weak impression of Miss Piggy. And you just, oh Kermit, like it's not good. I gotta work on it. I can't maintain it. Ow! What Warframe did I start with? I started with, also, hi, Sylveon. I started with Excalibur. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go around stabbing things. In hindsight, I should have picked Volt. I feel like Volt would have been a better decision. And you'd think, especially because also I'm me, you'd think I would have chosen Volt. But initially, I wasn't gonna do Warframe on stream. It was gonna be an off-stream thing, so I wasn't thinking about what would be the most on-brand choice for a starter. Yeah, you do have a really good Trump impression, Mason. I know you do. The worst thing is that every time we do community night, at some point it just becomes a big impression party. Because it's just so many autistic people who love doing echolalia go burr. So there has been many a time during my my community nights where I have to be like, everybody, we have to stop doing Trumps. We can't just be an ocean of Trumps. There's also been times where we have effectively been the entire cast of... Well, not the entire cast, but a good number of the cast of Family Guy. Like, full Family Guy skits have happened in my community nights, for sure. Ooh, what's my favorite Danganronpa character? I love when Juko Enoshima has her freckles, if you know what I mean. That's my favorite character. I have a Monokuma plush somewhere in my house. I have misplaced him, but I have a Monokuma plush. I got into Danganronpa before we ever got an actual, like, English version, so I would experience the game via people's screen caps and forum translations of the story. Like on an internet forum, I read through Danganronpa like it was a book. Where it's just like pictures of like the expressions and then written down what is being said and the dialogue options and stuff. And I think that's a hilarious way that I have experienced the story. Yeah. So I've actually never played a Danganronpa game, but I was invested. I had a Danganronpa roleplay Tumblr account. You know, as one does. I have... I was still less cringe than when I was role-playing on Crunchyroll forums. And Neopets forums. Yay, beer's evolving! Get big and strong, beer. You are gonna be a Beedrill. You will be so strong and cool, just like a cool Digimon. Yeah, you are like Vespamon. Yeah, yeah. Yeah! Beer turned into Tiger Vespamon! We're gonna heal, and we're gonna keep at this grind. Can't wait for the VOD of Pokopia? Oh, I don't even know if people are even gonna be that invested in the VOD of Pokopia. Like, I guess? I never know when people, like, are into things of mine. Because it's not like I'm getting, like... No one's out here doing fan edits of their favorite clips of my streams, you know? I mean, I guess Krivis technically did that, and then I was like, okay, you're hired. The pay is nothing. But Krivis does it for the love of the game. You're trying to help by finding clips? Aw, thank you, Creation. Yeah. I've got a pretty cool team. The Shadow Council of Chew. Yeah, you're now one of my elite employees. Oh god, you know that the whole, like, you are one of my elite employees meme makes me think of back when I was in school. I had a friend who described my method of making friends as me selecting people for the program. Like, like he's like, yeah, no, you just kind of decide that you are going to be friends with someone, and then you be like I look at someone and I go, oh, we're gonna be best friends, and then we do, then we are. I don't know how to better describe it, but I'm very extroverted, and I'm just like, yeah, hey, we're best friends now. Hello. Would I rather be friends with a Zangoose or a Seviper? I think Seviper's cooler, so I'd like to be friends with Seviper. But I think Seviper is too cool for me. Mason saying, back on the topic of bare naked ladies, didn't the old lead singer get arrested for having coke? I'm like, I'm just saying, like, as much as I'm like, I'm not about people doing hard drugs, but like, every fucking band, I assume, has done cocaine. I am in awe if I ever hear about a band where they haven't done cocaine, where I'm like, really? Huh. Wow. Good for you. Like, and that's not like me being like, oh, well, it's cool, whatever. It's like, it's one of those things where it'd be very easy if you're in a band to get really into cocaine, because cocaine is very would be the handiest drug to be into while on tour. Like, just based on its effects, that's like, I think a lot of the time it's self-medicating, because that shit is brutal. Hopefully me saying that word so many times doesn't fuck with my my YouTube upload. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I mean, I've said some fucking crazy shit on my stream, so if that's what gets me, I'm gonna be... He was also self-medicating for undiagnosed BPD. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, that's... Yeah. I technically did something, con adjacent. I had Adderall! I had Adderall back in the day, and that is essentially... Aren't they, like, the same thing? Very similar? But it just affects the neurodivergent brain different. Am I misremembering? No, it wasn't Adderall. It was Ritalin. Ritalin was what I was on. I was on Ritalin, and Ritalin is crazy. I forgot what fucking drug I was on. I was on Ritalin as a kid. But my parents were like, oh, you don't need it during the summer. Which was a bad decision. It was a bad decision to take me off of it during the summer, because they were like, well, you don't need to focus when you're not in class. So they took me off of it during the summer, and then when the school year started again, and I started taking the Ritalin again, I felt super unwell. Having been off of it and then back on it. You feel bad saying this, but it's the least surprising thing to learn about me. Yeah. Yeah. It got to the point where my school were just like, you guys gotta put her, you gotta put you on some kind of drugs. You gotta put them on some kind of drugs. Because this is getting out of hand. This was around the time when I almost failed math because I kept hyperfixating on reading books during reading time before math. So I would just read all the way. So we would have reading time, like time to do books, reading, right before lunch, the lunch period. And then after the lunch period was math. And I would just sit in my seat and read all the way through reading period and lunch and math. I wouldn't eat, I'd just be reading. Super Sylveon, your starter is Vaporeon. Oh, that's a twist. That's a twist. I wouldn't have seen that coming. I try to think about, like, what Pokemon I would realistically have. Like, what Pokemon I think would be actually, like, super, handy for me to have, / like, ones that wouldn't be terrible to, like, train. Like, anyone who goes, like, oh, I would have a Snorlax, I'm like, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You know how expensive it would be to have a Snorlax in this economy? No. Being a Snorlax trainer, that's a fucking... That's a flex. If you have Snorlax money. Yeah, but I try to think about what Pokemon I would have for like also my health reasons, and the one I have landed on is I would have a not a Galarian Wheezing. I'm in Kanto, so my brain wanted to say Cantonian Wheezing, but no, the opposite. Because Galarian Wheezing doesn't actually make the air toxic, it purifies the air. And with my severe asthma, that would be really handy when... Oh no, I just remembered. We're going to get another bunch of wildfires this year. I just know it. I've been like so cranky because spring still hasn't fully sprung here. In Winnipeg, it's still winter. And I'm sick of it. But then I realized, the second it gets to be summer, it's gonna be just wildfires 24/7, and then I'm still not gonna leave the house. I'm just stuck in my house all year. Fucking sucks. 'Cause I can't breathe the air in the winter or the summer. Get a Snorlax and feed them invasive plants that grow everywhere. Oh, that's fair. You could plant some bamboo in your yard and you'd keep that thing fed perpetually. Snorlax facts, you don't want to eat bamboo? You don't want to eat bamboo? Anti-Kudzu Snorlax. Oh my god. I love, like, Kudzu is, like, terrifying in its nature. But I also, it's so fun watching, like, videos where you see, like, it encroaching. Kudzu's crazy. That plant goes crazy style. I mean, Snorlax, but you can also plant mint. You could just eat mint all the time. Mint also grows like a motherfucker. Mint and rhubarb. You can't stand eating bamboo because you feel like you're stealing food from the pandas? That's the most moe thing I've ever heard. Snorlax, I cannot be learning this about you. That is so cute. I have a button.
That's a good boy.
So
That's a good boy.
He's being a good boy.
He's being a good boy.
That's a very good boy.
That is such a cute problem to have. You don't know what rhubarb is? Kai the King, oh my god. Rhubarb is a delicious, it's a vegetable that looks like it's in like the shape of celery. But it's like really sour. It's really sour and it's like it grows like crazy mode. Like once you plant rhubarb somewhere, that rhubarb is living there forever. There's no getting rid of the rhubarb. The rhubarb is going to come back. It is going to be there. And it's going to just keep growing. I grew up with a rhubarb plant in my yard and I would just snack on it as a kid because I loved going, oh, it's so sour. And you chop it up and you put it in a pie with some strawberry. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Or you, some people even just take rhubarb right off the plant and you dip it in sugar and you eat it that way. Hi, Amaranthine Toad. Hello, hello. We're just talking about rhubarb. One of my favorite summertime treats. Yeah, I grew up with rhubarb in my yard, and I grew up with a raspberry bush in my yard, and I would snack on both all the time. A big-time snacker. Yeah, rhubarb looks like red celery, but it's like sour. It's super good and crunchy, and like it's super sour and it's super delicious. I love a rhubarb jam. I love a rhubarb pie. It's typically paired with like strawberries. Yeah, but one problem is that I'll crave strawberry rhubarb pie, but I only really like it when it's like homemade. Because I find when you buy strawberry rhubarb pie at the grocery store, they make it too sweet. Like, both strawberries and rhubarb are tart in nature. They're very tart. And then you put so much sugar in that there's no more tartness. Well, then what's the fucking point? I need to be able to still taste a little bit of the tartness. Yeah, they're trying to cut the tart, but then they cut it way too much. Where the cut it's gone. It's not cut, it's gone. Yeah, I love me a sweet, but I don't like things that are too sweet. Like, I'm not a brownie person. I think brownies are just like, I have a bite of one and I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm done. Like, it's just too one note and it's too eh. I'm not a birthday cake person. Don't like birthday cake. I like a cheesecake where it's like it's rich, but it's not just sugar. There's more complexity of flavor. I like chocolate, but I need it paired with other stuff. Like one of my #1 things that I snack on, Brennan Lee Mulligan style, is almonds. I am obsessed with specifically chocolate-covered almonds. I eat, like, a bag of them, like, every month. Love me some chocolate-covered almonds. I'd eat more of them if it wasn't so bad for me. Oh, now I'm not grapes. Kai the King, you cannot bring up grapes. Do you know how expensive grapes are here right now? They're so expensive. I can never afford grapes. The other day, I was invited to a friend's house. They were hosting a like early little Passover for our friend, all of our friend group. So they were hosting this little Passover, and it was a lot of fun experiencing my first little Passover. And the thing that I was like, oh my god, was that in their fridge they had, because they're okay with me snacking while I was like waiting for dinner and stuff. I'm like, I need to snack. They had grapes in their fridge, and I was so excited because I'm like, oh my god, grapes? Yeah, I love grapes. If I could put grapes on my throne, that would be the only thing on my throne. I'd be like, everyone feed me grapes. I think, oh my god, wasn't it like last stream? I don't know if it was during this playthrough, or if it was during my Pokopia stream. I was talking with everyone about how I exclusively drink. I'm the only person in my household who drinks the grape-flavored electrolyte packets we get. We get a whole bunch of different flavors, but I'm the only one who does the grapes, so I end up drinking all the grape stuff. So now it's very solidified that I love grape. Yeah, grapes in this economy? Ugh. Yeah, grapes are one of my top favorite foods of all time. It's like beef stew, grapes, mandarin oranges, which aren't technically oranges. Mandarins are their own fruit, but I still want to refer to them as mandarin oranges. Fucking pasta with red sauce and a spicy Italian sausage. Anything like pumpkin pie, lotus cookies, cheesecake. Your favorite pasta is carbonara? Yeah. I grew up eating a lot of pasta. And to the point where people thought my family was Italian. People thought my family was Italian because I ate so much pasta. But they were like, oh, you talk with your hands a lot and you eat a lot of pasta. And it was because I'm autistic. My autistic behavior made it seem like my family was Italian. Isn't that stupid? Everyone was like, well, you guys eat pasta all the time. And it was because it was one of my safe foods. It was a food that I could eat that everyone else liked. Two kinds of autism, the kind that makes you seem Italian and the kind that makes you seem German. Why are you so right? Being seen as Italian isn't a bad thing, but it's just funny. Having to be like, no, we're not Italian. Sorry, by the way, I guess that's my, spoiler everybody, I'm not Italian. That's a new thing to add to your conspiracy boards for my secret identity. I'm not Italian. Sorry, I just had like a brain blast memory from high school. I had it's a nothing burger of a memory, but my friend went on this trip to Europe for school, and the main thing that they brought back from their trip to exploring Europe was that they found the necklace from Lord of the Rings, and like that was their big. It's nothing to do with being in Europe, but like that was their like, yeah, this was my big takeaway from Europe. I just think that's funny. I'd love to go to Europe one day. I want to travel the world. I've only ever been to the United States. I've been all over the United States, but that's the only other country I've ever been. And I can't travel there anymore. Well, yeah, I said I wanted to go to Europe. I never said I wanted to go to Paris. I'm too francophobic. No. Also, Paris isn't like where I'd think of like, oh, that's where I'd want to go in Europe. I wanna go to all like all the Nordic places. I wanna go to I really wanna go to Scotland and Ireland. I wanna go plenty of places, but I'm never like, oh, I want to go to this major city. Edinburgh's so cool. Oh, I'd love to go to Edinburgh. I'd love to go to Iceland. I'd love to go to Iceland. And of course, I've always wanted to go to, like, Japan. I've always wanted to go to Japan. Jumping to other places I've always wanted to travel. I've always wanted to go to Japan. I've always wanted to go to Cuba. So well, I mean, in general, of course, I want Cuba to not be bad right now. The fucking shit going on with Cuba right now pisses me off so much. I get so fucking angry. I've tried reaching out to some creators who, like, went to Cuba and, like, try to talk to them about, like, what I can do to help Cuba more right now. And no one has reached back out to me, probably because I am a random Pichu VTuber, but, what's going on in Cuba infuriates me. I have a few, like, treasured items that were made in Cuba by Cuban artists. Because my family would go to Cuba all the time. Like my mom, my dad, my older sibling. They've all been to Cuba. And they all had lovely times. And they love Cuba. And so I always wanted to go to Cuba. We are slowly making our way with this grinding. I just have to be patient. That's the hardest part of a Nuzlocke, is I have to be patient. You went to Paris, Normandy, London, for your senior trip. Oh, neat! Yeah. The only trips I did, in school were I went to, Banff in Alberta. They had this big thing for all the choir and band students would go. It was a big, like, music thing. I say sibling. Are they non-binary, agender, or do you... I, out of habit, just say sibling. I have 2 sisters. Stretch. Yeah, I don't know why I specifically default to the gender nooch, but yeah, I have an older sister who is Nurse Plusle, and a younger sister who is sweet baby Dedenne. Wait, I'm the one who's letting you know about what's happening in Cuba? Holy shit, Prince Buffo! Okay, so, yeah, Cuba is under crazy sanctions by the US. Like, they've gone so much harder with their... Like, they've always been sons of bitches to Cuba. Constantly. But, like, they are not allowing other countries to give them aid and to interact with them. Which is not... They're like, oh, well, we don't want anyone going against our sanctions. And I'm like, that's not how sanctions work, idiot. You're not in charge of every other country. It's gotten so much worse, you guys. They don't have power because they've had their oil fully cut off. Like, they've barely allowed... Recently, they allowed, like, a little bit of, like, Russian oil in. But, like, in Cuba, it's gotten so bad. Like, people in Cuba are fucking starving. They're not letting, like, shit in. Yeah, Russia just got a tanker there, but it's still, like, not enough. And, like, Trump keeps, like, implying that he wants to take over Cuba. And by implying, I mean he just outright says that. He's like, oh, people don't want us to take over Greenland and fucking Canada? Okay, well, no one's gonna give a shit about Cuba. The dude is obsessed with the idea of, like, conquering. Yeah, to be fair, half the things I hear from his mouth you can't trust. Here's the thing, I trust that he genuinely wants to do that. It's whether or not he's actually going to execute on it is what you can't trust. When he says insane shit like that, I trust that he wants to do that insane shit. Yeah, no, it's bad. Hassan Piker and a whole bunch of other creators, they did a finger quotes flotilla. They couldn't do an actual, like, flotilla, like an actual boat, because it would actually be harder for them to get the aid through that way, so they did a plane. It was a plane, but in finger quotes, it was a flotilla, to bring aid to Cuba. Yeah, and they were, like, boots on the ground, like, were showing, like, you could see what was going on, and it's fucking terrible. And that's why, like, this social media, like, bot push to be, like, anti-Hassan, like, right now, every, like, major media outlet is like, oh, like, actually, this guy sucks, and he's the worst, and it's like, uh-huh, uh-huh. Like, it's like clockwork. Like, and it's so frustrating, because then people fall for these, like, campaigns where they're like, oh, like, look at these out-of-context clips of shit that this person has said. And it's like, that's not... If you actually sat down and watched the fucking content... You know, but people don't have time to sit and watch the fucking content. Yeah, Trump is an entitled brat. Absolutely. That's the best way to describe him. Oh yeah, the thing about his fucking dog? Yeah. Like, anyone who's ever watched his content and watched him, you know, fucking take care of his fucking dog would know that he loves that dog like his own baby. That is a fully-ass, huge, grown-ass dog that loves to still climb into his lap like a baby. And they're like, oh, one time he reached for his Zin tin at the same time he told her to go to her place. And she stepped funny. And so she made a little squeal sound. Because she stepped funny. Because dogs do that. And they go, she's wearing a shock collar. And I'm like... And then they made all these stupid memes about it. And it's like... Yeah, if you look at that clip out of the wider context, you could maybe come to that conclusion. But if you look at every other clip, every other... It blows my mind that people are like, oh, like, no, this person sucks. And then they show you a series of clips and I go, well, I've watched hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of this person's content. I think I know more about their content than you do. Like... I don't know. I know it's only a matter of time before somebody tries to take a clip of mine out of context. And... well, I mean, technically that's already happening. I've already had some people try to, like, go after me for being not woke enough. Which is crazy. And I've had all kinds of weirdness, and I'm just a fucking nobody Pichu. Every once in a while, though, I'll make a video that references Hassan, and it's not, like, even that I'm trying to, like, get Senpai to notice me or something, but it's mostly, like, it's a filter. I'm just like, if you're, like, one of these people who is like, no, and they're like, fuck Hassan, and he fucking sucks, and he hates America, and it's, like, all super, like, anti-Islam, like, it's all, like, Islamophobic dog whistle bullshit. I want them to not be following me. Yeah. Hassan is my litmus test in the same way that, a friend of mine described me as their, like, friendship litmus test. They're like, if I'm talking with somebody, and they don't like you, that's how I know that they're not someone I want to be friends with. Because they're like, there's no like, they were so sweet, they're just like, there's no reason to not like you. Like, if somebody hates you, it's like, why? Like, the only reason to, in the way that they were saying it, it was like, the only reason to not like you is because of your neurodivergent traits. And that means that that person wouldn't be a safe person for me to unmask around, so I'm not interested. And I think that's the greatest honor I've ever been given. That is, like, the sweetest things anyone's ever done. Yeah, if there's any Islamophobia, you're personally dropping that banhammer faster than Shu can summon Lightning McQueen. Yeah. For sure. I have a fucking zero tolerance for that shit. Like, any sort of, like, bigotry, I'm like, nah, 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 nah. Yeah. It's really helpful for your own self-esteem about your autism and junk? I'm so glad! The thing about being autistic is that no matter what, you will be too much for some people, but that means that those people just aren't cool enough to handle it. I'm a lot. I know I can be a lot. I can be blunt. I can misunderstand a social situation. I can get overwhelmed. And I can, you know, it can get in the way of, like, doing things that I want to do. But I'm also incredibly passionate and energetic about, you know, like, sharing in that joy with people around me. And I bring value to my community by being just who I am. That's actually a big thing that I try to talk about with people when they talk about like when we're dealing with, like, things like refugees and stuff. A lot of the time, a lot of the discussions about it will be, oh, you know, like, you know, these people, they want to come here, they want to work, you know, when they're talking about immigrants and refugees and stuff, and I'm like, okay, but what if they can't? Like, I can't work a regular job due to my physical and mental disabilities. I can't work a regular job. I'm still a valued part of my community. I still have huge contributions to make to existing in this space. Me just existing in Canada, I can make Canada a better place by being you know, a good member of the community. And I just always want us to, you know, remember that a lot of the time, the people that we want to help, sometimes they can't. Sometimes they can't. And I think a lot of the framing of like, oh, you know, they're coming here and, you know, actually they, you know, help with jobs and they don't take government benefits. And I'm like, well, I take government benefits. What does that say about me? Hi, True Duck Lover. Hi, hi. Oh, you're so glad I'm here. Thank you, Smargdonis. That's another thing with what I was talking about earlier. Earlier today, I was saying how I have to remind myself that it's okay that I'm not creating content at the same pace as a lot of my peers. Like other Canadian content creators, or even just other political creators in general, will make infinitely more videos than me. They will make infinitely more, you know, like videos. They will make like they'll just outpace me every time. But I bring my own perspective, and my voice is important in the community as someone who is neurodivergent and someone who has physical disabilities, because I know that me being the one to go, hey, actually, also, let's remember to examine this from this perspective, has value. I'm glad everyone is here. Yeah! We all rule. Chat, you rule. Yeah. We were talking about Cuba, and we went on a big old tangent. Yeah, I really want to help Cuba more. I'm trying to get in touch with some people about, like, what is the most effective way to deliver aid, like what funds are, you know, like, what charities should I be funneling to that are actually going to be able to make the best difference. But it's kind of hard right now because a lot of the information out there is from an American perspective. I'm Canadian, so I have more options in terms of what I can do for Cuba. But because of that, I end up having less information about what I can do for Cuba. Because again, the entire internet is American-centered, and it's a frustration. If I could, I would physically, if I knew that me physically going there would actually make a difference, I would be on a plane to Cuba now. Unfortunately, me physically going places is not useful. But then I still have this, like, I need to go help energy that I need to channel into something. Random question, favorite Ben 10 alien? I was never part of the Ben 10 generation. Ben 10 was after my time. I'm too old. I'm too old. But I think, from what I remember of the Ben 10 guys, is one of them literally called Forearms? Because whatever that one is, he's sexy. I mean, him being Ben, being a child, not sexy, but, like, whatever alien he was based on, that's a sexy one. Does that make sense? Ben as the sexy alien, not sexy. Sexy alien is sexy alien, sexy. what all those arms do. You know? Think about all the hand-holding you could do. All the hugging. You could hug his hands. Hug his hands. You could hold his hand, and then before it gets all sweaty, he could switch hands. And you could have a constant rotation of hands, and your hands would never get all gross and sweaty. It's optimal hand-holding. No unprotected hand-holding? Everyone remember to wear protection when you're hand-holding? You gotta wear your mittens. And if you're like me, have those mittens be on strings so you don't lose them. I'm a grown adult. I don't think I've had a pair of mittens in years. I should have a pair of mittens though, because I have circulatory problems that make my fingers freezing all the time. But if I had mittens again, I would straight up just do the kid thing of putting them on a string and having the string like be through my sleeves. Because I think that's just... People are like, oh, that's a thing that you do with babies. And I'm like, yeah, and then babies don't lose their mittens. I'm an adult and I lose my goddamn mittens like... To the point where I just stopped wearing mittens because I would just lose them. The forearm species, the women are even stronger? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, Ben 10 was after my time. I was in the Teen Titans and fucking Justice League Unlimited. I'm trying to think of other shows that I watched. I'd watch fucking Danny Phantom? Fuck Butch Hartman. I think it's so funny that Butch Hartman slipped and fell into having not one but two of his protagonists of his two most iconic series both be incredibly transcoded. Timmy Turner and fucking Danny Phantom are both T-boy icons, and I will not hear any different. Starfire's best gal, says Smargnonis. Here's the thing, is that and this says a lot about me, but I was a Terra girl. I was a Terra guy. I was a Terra fucking everything. Fucking... The thing about Terra is that, like, it is incredibly well... Her story is incredibly well told, where they do a very good job of implying the feeling that... Of something very much worse happening with her dynamic with Slade. Because, fun fact, and I mean, not so fun fact, in the comics, it is explicit that Slade and Terra have a sexual relationship. And in the comics, they do, like, they do specifically have it be like, yeah, she's she is, like, legit, like, 14, and she is in a sexual relationship with this fucking grown-ass old man. And it's, like... And she's, like, evil. Like, she is, like, straight up so evil that he's even like, wow, you're a lot. Which does not excuse him. Fuck Deathstroke. We hate Deathstroke the Terminator. Fuck that guy. And so when they were trying to, like, do that storyline in the Teen Titans cartoon, they were like, we don't want to do that. Because the implication that, like, this... Spragdonis, you can't say that she manipulated S.A. Deathstroke. He was a grown-ass adult, and she was a child. A child is not capable of manipulating you into... No. No. That is not how that works. But, yeah. Because she sucked, but he also sucks worse. Because she was a little baby child. But, so when they wanted to, do that storyline in the show, they instead had it so that Tara is fully a victim of Slade. And even though it is never explicitly like a sexual dynamic between the two of them, it is very tonally that. It is an adult who has groomed a child. He was grooming her. He talks about how, like, he has control of her body, the way that she like when you go back and you experience that story again, like, it meant a lot to me as a kid for personal reasons. It meant a lot to me that, you know, Tara was such an important character. Hi, Splatterbrain. Hi. You walked in, Neto. We're talking about Teen Titans. And, saying you wish the finale didn't complicate things, I just wish there was more after the finale. Because the idea of her... I think that that's so important that the finale exists where she's revealed to be alive and okay now, because otherwise it's saying it's the implication of, like, oh well, she did such bad things that she couldn't be redeemed, which is a reason to have a character, you know, die heroically. It's like a narrative thing that happens in media. But by having it be like, no, she's alive and she's okay and she is living a normal life now, that tells you that, like, no, she wasn't ruined by Slade. Which, and when you go into the reading of it being a grooming narrative, that's really important. To be able to show that she could move forward. Yeah, fucking... I don't like... There are certain things I like about Teen Titans Go. And I would be fine with Teen Titans Go if we had more Teen Titans. You know? If it wasn't... If it was and also, I would love it. I would love... Oh yeah, and we also have this. Because, like, there are some things in Teen Titans Go that are, like, really good. Like, fucking The Night Begins to Shine. Every episode related to that bit is so fucking good. Love that shit. The night begins to shine. The night begins to shine. It's so good. Yeah, Teen Titans deserved a better ending. Teen Titans had some really interesting, like, cameos that, like, when you have read all the comics... Okay, so an important thing to note about me is that because I was so into Teen Titans, I went and read every single Teen Titans comic. Every single Teen Titans or Teen Titans adjacent comic I read before... Pre-New 52. I didn't touch anything past there. So I have all the context. I know all the things about Teen Titans. And there were some really interesting cameos in, like, the extended, you know, like, Teen Titans when they were collecting all these, like, other people to join their squad. Like Jericho, who is Deathstroke the Terminator's son. So Slade and Jericho were in the show, but that was never acknowledged. Or Harold. Harold being in the show was interesting because he was the first Black Teen Titan. But he has a really weird history as a character because he was introduced during a very strange time in the Teen Titans comics. There was like a while there where they wanted to have the Teen Titans be more like Archie and the gang. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the raid. Hi. I'm talking about the Teen Titans comics while we're playing Pokemon. I'm Politichu. I talk about politics and Pokemon on my TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch and my TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube in short form video content. And on my Twitch, I usually just have a fun, silly, goofy time playing video games with my monstituents. When you follow me, you become one of my monstituents, and I become your internet representative. And I was talking about the interesting character of Harold from Teen Titans. Okay, when I get hit in the face with Lightning McQueen, it means I have to do plugs. Hi. Other plugs. I have merch. My merch Sona is I drew it myself. I do art as well as my political commentary and gaming content because I am a jack of all trades, master of none. That's my merch Sona. I have I'm an indie voice actor. I can do all kinds of voices. Ada, hello everyone. Welcome to my stream. Or, do a little bit of this, having a good time, right? I play Chi-Chi in Dragon Ball Abridged. You can check that out on the Gunchpot YouTube channel. Anyway, did plugs. I was talking about Teen Titans. I'm trying to... Harold is a really interesting character because there was a point in time where they had it so that the Teen Titans, they were all, like, trying to save this, like, famous, like, really cool civil rights leader or something. And, in the midst of them trying to, pry a gun out of the hands of this guy who was going to shoot him, it caused the gun to fire and it killed him. So the Teen Titans were like, oh, none of us are going to use our gadgets or powers anymore. We were not going to use them anymore, which is bullshit. That's dumb and stupid. And the one Teen Titan that thought that it was dumb and stupid was Aqualad, so he left. He was like, this is dumb and stupid. So they're running around not using powers, and for some reason, that also means Robin isn't using his gadgets, which is stupid. And that's when they meet Mal. And Mal is a young black teen with a little afro, and he does boxing. And then they bring him into the team. which is fine and dandy when none of them are using power. Like, none of them are, like, doing anything other than, like, fist-fighting people anyway. But eventually, it kind of became a problem because they got all their powers. They all decided to use their powers again because it was stupid that they didn't use them anymore. And then he's still there, and Mal's just like, how do I help? So at first he becomes the Guardian, and he has, like, a shield and, like, a little, like, exoskeleton power suit, but that never really caught on. And then later he gets magic powers, the magic powers of the Herald, which was a dumb writing decision, because the whole thing with his powers as Herald is that he can use his little magic trumpet to teleport anywhere, and he was like the most powerful teleporter in all of DC Comics, until Misfit was established. So he's the most powerful teleporter. Though Misfit is arguable of whether or not she's actually more powerful because she is limited by the fact that she can only teleport herself. But he can teleport like crazy, and you're like, oh, that's cool, but he'll die if he ever loses a fight. So they wrote him into a fucking corner where they're like, well, this character either is going to die or is going to win. And there's no middle ground for that, which is bad writing. Like, it makes it so that there's like zero, because they make the stakes too high every time the stakes are nothing. Because unless there's a big dramatic cover where it's implied that he dies, he's not gonna die, so that means he's gonna win. Yeah, he's one of those characters that, like, yeah, he was also written very, he was written very black, if you know what I mean. It got better over time, but, oh god. There was a lot of slang that I'm like, I feel like that was a lot. Hope you guys don't mind the fact that you activated my autism info dump trap card. Talking about one of my special interests. It is the Dragon Ball Z problem. If the stakes are too high, it becomes meaningless. Exactly. Yeah. Fun fact, though. He had a girlfriend. He had a character who was his girlfriend, who was just, like, random black girl. But then she went and became a way more iconic character than him. Because she was like, he went into this, like, room that was full of shit and pulled out the Guardian stuff and became Guardian. I'm just gonna go grab whatever tech is laying around and I'm gonna also fight crime. And, yeah, Bumblebee. Karen herself, Bumblebee. She started out as a random civilian girlfriend for the random civilian Teen Titan. Yeah. She became infinitely more popular and way cooler. You literally gasped IRL? Yeah. Yeah, that's the origin of Bumblebee. Which, is a much better fate than, some other, finger quotes, iconic Teen Titans girlfriends. Such as, Wally West's, teenage girlfriend who was a civilian, and they were like, oh, what if we give her powers? And they gave her magnet powers, but then they had it so that the magnetism of her magnet powers fucked with her brain, and so she became crazy. and she became the supervillain Magenta, who's like yandere obsessed with him. Because they were like, oh, we have this like, what we think is like a boring civilian childhood girlfriend for Wally West, and we want to make him more interesting. Yeah, exactly. Who? Yeah. No one remembers fucking Magenta. Another thing is that I've read every single Flash comic. Up until the New 52. Again, I basically stopped reading comics after that. I tangentially experience comics now. Because I was so fucking miffed at what they did! Yeah, they Star Sapphired her. Absolutely, yeah. But with magnets. Yeah. One of my favorite Flash supporting characters is both problematic and also one of my faves. Because it's like, I can see the good in this character beyond the problematic, but because he's so problematic, there's not a chance in hell of him ever getting, like, adapted in a way that is true to his bullshit. And that is the Chunk. Do you guys know about the Flash's best friend, the Chunk? Anyone remember that iconic best friend to the Flash, the Chunk? Because the Chunk, whose name is Charles P. Runk. Charles P. Runk. Truly a Flash Comics character name if I've ever heard one. He was essentially, what if Fat Albert had a pocket dimension? They were like, what if there was a really obese black man, and he basically ate stuff, and he was called the Chunk. And he sucked things into a pocket dimension. But then he became like, he reformed like right away, and he ended up doing like a waste disposal business that was really successful because he just had this huge pocket dimension he could just get rid of garbage into. And he even did Flash a solid. He did Wally a solid by hiring his mom, giving his mom a job, working for him. Charles P. Runk is a good friend. He's a good friend. And I miss their friendship. But, you know, he's also, what if Fat Albert was Charles P. Runk, and he was an obese black man who ate stuff called the Chunk. Right around the same time was when Wally developed his friendship with Hartley Rathaway, also known as the Pied Piper. That was when they decided to, they took Pied Piper and they were like, okay, what if he was actually based, though? What if Pied Piper was based? I think, which is one of the greatest, like, swerves that I've ever seen writers make with a character, was that they were like, oh, this, like, Hartley Rathaway was from, like, a rich family, and he was deaf when he was born, and his rich family got him crazy implants that gave him super hearing, and with that, he was able to make music that controlled people's minds. He had the capability of doing that. Later, in canon, it was established that, he is actually secretly one of the most powerful people in the universe because he can control the anti-life equation. So, and that's why he can do mind control stuff. But, you know, forget about that. Harley Rathway was a little supervillain, and he did music stuff. But then they had it so that he reformed, and he became like a big leftist and gay. They were like, he's a gay leftist now. Which is the best decision ever. They were like, oh, this supervillain who wears, like, polka dots, he's a gay leftist now, and he has fantastic hair. And he's also Flash's best friend. There's literally the comic where they reveal that he's gay. They did the most amazing thing. Leftist, as in, like, he has leftist politics. Like, the man is, like, a socialist. Mm. I wouldn't say he's a communist, though. Because I feel like that would have come up when Flash was also hanging out with, at the same time, the capitalist couriers, who were a team of super speedsters from Russia that Flash introduced to America and capitalism, and then they all decided to become capitalists. I fucking love comic books. I fucking love comic books. What the fuck is the anti-life equation? It's one of the most powerful things in the DC universe, and it's the anti-life equation. It basically just makes you super ultra powerful. It's the kind of shit that Darkseid do. It rules. Comic books rule. Hey, my favorite thing about DC Comics is there was a period in time in which gorillas were like the hot thing. And so DC Comics has like a slew of different gorilla characters where they have all kinds, they have an entire city in the DC universe. Like, the DC universe's Wakanda is Gorilla City, where it's all hyper-intelligent gorillas. And yet, there are still other gorilla characters in DC Comics that are not related to Gorilla City. They are just also intelligent gorillas. and that rules. Comics rule. Because there was just a trend of like, oh man, what if gorillas... At one point, I believe DC Comics had to have a rule in place where they put a limit on how many writers could be writing about gorillas at any given time, because every writer was like, what if I did gorillas? Yeah, we have Grodd, we have the Ultra Humanite, we have Giganta, we have Solivar. He's the good smart gorilla. We not only the Humanite, we have Titano, we have Monsieur Mala. He's French and gay. Monsieur Mala is a gay French gorilla who is in love with a brain in a jar. And it is the most beautiful romance in all of DC Comics. They genuinely love each other so deeply. And it's a fucking... Yeah, Detective Chimp. Yeah, Detective Chimp is also an intelligent ape. We stand Detective Chimp. Bobo T. Chimpanzee. People go, oh, Batman, world's greatest detective. And I'm like, world's second greatest detective, baby. Bobo T. Chimpanzee is around here, baby. Batman can have first place on best detective out of humans. And even then, I'm like, let Elongated Man have this. Let Ralph have something. But I guess Ralph is also a stretchy guy, so he can be both. fun thing about Elongated Man. So Elongated Man exists because DC Comics didn't realize that they owned the rights to Plastic Man. They didn't realize they had the rights to Plastic Man. So they were like, okay, let's also make an Irish stretchy guy who wears red and black. And yeah, like, he wears, like, the Plastic Man colors at first. But then when they were like, oh, we have Plastic Man, that's when they were like, oh, Elongated Man wears purple, and he's always worn purple. I don't know what you're talking about. Elongated Man is just Plastic Man with the serial numbers filed off. He became his own character in his own right, but I think it's just really funny. I love comic books. Trivia. I bet the people on YouTube were not expecting this to be the direction that this video went. Hi Raiders! Hello! I was just info dumping about comic books. And we're doing some grinding before we go and fight Brock's gym. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get to the gym tonight. But, you know, I've been having a fun time. Ow, info dumping! Okay. So, for those who are new, when I get hit in the face with Lightning McQueen, it's because my lightning rod ability has procced. And that means that it's time for me to do plugs. I'm Politichu. I talk about politics and Pokemon on my TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube in short-form video content. But when I'm streaming, I'm usually just having a silly, goofy time playing video games with my monstituents. When you follow me, you become one of my monstituents, and I become your internet representative. I'm an indie voice actor, I'm an artist, I'm a political commentator, I am a jack-of-all-trades, master of none. And I'm very autistic about Pokemon and comic books, and this has been a terrible combination while I'm streaming. It's a good way to keep me talking while we're going through this grind. Though I think getting me to info dump is a good trick. Oh, I forgot I was gonna say about Pied Piper. I got sidetracked at one point. Hi, Professor S. Redwood. Fellow Poke Autistic, yeah! Yeah! Autism. You think a neurotypical person would have this many fucking TF2 buttons?
Bonk! Gentlemen?
Victory.
And then the other half of my soundboard is like... is just clips from fucking, from Dropout shows. Mostly Never Stop Blowing Up.
That's a good boy.
That's a good boy.
He's being a good boy.
He's being a good boy.
I've got some good
Very
buttons.
good boy.
Let me out, baby! Time for daddy to have fun!
Right? Like, who can say no to Brennan Lee Mulligan saying, time for daddy to have fun? Aw, Redwood, you know Krivis? Krivis is one of my most beloved mods and does video editing for me. Krivis is a total sweetheart. When a neurotypical be on his first of 3 bug-type playthroughs, you're planning on doing 3 bug-type playthroughs? Like, you're not even done your first one and you've already committed to 3? I respect that. What's your favorite? What's your favorite bug-type? Oh, I should feel like I should explain my Pokemon names. So this is my Hydration Nation playthrough. So we've got Bobasaur, Diet Dew, and Beer in our squad right now. We did have 2 casualties. It's a long story. And if you want to catch up on my my adventures, you can check it out on my YouTube channel. I've been posting my VODs. Oh, let me guess. The mutual streamer that you guys both watch is Proctor, right? Proctor? Did I get it right? Did I get it right?
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I want a Joe Hendry button. Yeah, Puppet Proctor's so cool. That's a dream. I want a Muppet model. Let me be a Muppet.
Am I a man or am I a Muppet? If I'm a Muppet, well, I'm a very manly Muppet.
I want to be a little puppet baby. I'm trying to, off the top of my head, think of what my favorite bug-type Pokemon is. It's one of those things where, like, I feel like I'd be like, oh, well, of course. If I, like, was looking at my list. I made, like, one of those ultimate Poke Pickers of all of my favorite Pokemon. But, like, when I'm actively trying to think of, like, well, what was the one that I decided was on top? No memory. I know Beedrill's one of my favorites. I've always loved Beedrill. My childhood imaginary friend was a bee Digimon that I made up. And that's everything you need to know about me as a person. All three will follow the same character, a boy named Christopher. You're starting at Scarlet, showing his time through Naranja Academy. Then after graduating, he'll go to Lumio City in ZA, and finally he'll be ripped from everything he knows and be sent back to Hisui in Legends Arceus. Oh, that's so good! Especially because, like, he'd be able to see, like, the museum in ZA, and then, like, and be like, oh, yeah, you know, ancient Hisui, neat. And then he gets isekai'd back there, and he's like, oh. Oh my god. And I've said this before. Time travel, in certain circumstances, does count as isekai. Like, you can't tell me that Inuyasha is not isekai. Even though it's just time travel, it's isekai. You're going from one world to another. Scolipede is one of my top faves. One of my top fave bugs, for sure. I love Scolipede, I love Ariados, I love Galvantula. I wonder if I could find it. I wonder if I could find my thing. My Poke Picker. Let me see if I can find it. It would be... files? Can I look at it? No, that's my favorite shiny picker. That's not. I did a picker where I decided what my favorite shiny of every type was. Oh! Yeah, no, this is obvious to me now. My favorite bug Pokemon is Venomoth. Duh. Venomoth rules. I've always loved Venomoth. He's purple and has a really pretty blue shiny. He's purple. I love Venomoth. And Venonat, like, they're cute. Though shout out to Araquanid for being fucking awesome I love Araquanid, mostly because of its, because it looks scary and like, oh. But then you learn its lore. And Araquanid is an incredibly kind and caring Pokemon, but it keeps, like, grabbing Pokemon and pulling it into its water bubble to keep them safe. But it doesn't understand. You're here to make me British, Gentleman Snake? Sorry, the Gentleman Snake comes into my chat, says he's going to make me British. I mean, like, I am Canadian, so I am part of the Commonwealth. But I don't think you want me to be British. Because then I'll do a bad English accent, and you don't want that to happen. No one wants to hear my bad English accent. I was a big Tia-boo back in high school. I was a big Tia-boo. I got really, really into, I hyperfixated on Doctor Who, and this was also when I was really hyperfixated on Sherlock Holmes, but not specifically BBC Sherlock. I was really, really into Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes, and so I got super into Sherlock Holmes in general, right at the same time as I discovered Doctor Who, and so I got really... And I went and I watched every single show, every single movie and show that David Tennant had ever been in. I watched them all. Shout out to Casanova, History's Greatest Lover, and fucking Blackpool. Crazy, crazy fucking content. Crevice, game idea for later streams? Well, what's your game idea? Yeah. If it's Sherlock Holmes games, I actually have a huge collection of Sherlock Holmes games on Steam that I've never played. I have a whole bunch of point-and-click Sherlock Holmes games that I've never played because they were so janky that I was so confused as to what I was supposed to do. Or at least the one that I loaded up was janky, and then I didn't try the other ones because I was like, oh, I keep forgetting that. I have to go to the Pokemon Center just to get the PP back. No one wants to hear me do a British accent because the only kind of British accent I can do is small British lad. Like, I can be a small orphan boy, and that's it. That's the only kind of English I can do. I wish I could do Scottish. I could do a decent Scottish back in high school, but I can't do it anymore. Pretty Cockney. You know, I'm just a small little Peachy, you see, and I'm on Route 2, and we're going to be fighting some Pokemon. It's not a good accent. It's not a good one. A wild Caterpie appeared. You know, that's nothing. That's a nothing accent. It's bad. You want me to go to the gym? But I haven't gotten everybody to level 14 yet. I get so nervous. I at least want to get Bobasaur to level 14. And then maybe it'll be bedtime. fake before it. I don't know.
I've been trying to practice my accents because I've been playing more tabletop RPGs, and I really want to do more. I want to do more accents and things for my characters, and when I'm GMing, you know, I have to do NPCs and make sure everyone sounds different, and I've just been working on it.
See? Well, I was gonna get Bobasaur up to 14. Let me... might as well finish this one with beer. Oh, come on. Beer! Your fury attacks are just not hitting, my guy. Oh my god! Man, those fucking sand attacks really doing a number on our boy Beer. Accents I really want to learn how to do right now are, I really want to do Scottish and I want to do German. Mostly for TF2 meme reasons. I'm the medic, so don't go far. You might want to taste of my Uber charge. You know, I like memes. I like bits.
Are you a bleeding idiot to fight with the drunken Scot?
The fucking TF2 songs. Yeah, it's from the fucking TF2 song you shared with me, Awesome. Oh yeah, that song has not only gone into my head, it has entered my shower rotation. And you can only listen to so many songs in the shower before you've been in the shower too long. So... Why did I do a Vine Whip? Why did I choose to do that? Tackle. Can I do the TF2 soldier voice? I can do... I mean... I'm not convincing as soldier, but... But soldier is... Soldier's definitely like one of the more easy ones to do. Let me try to get... I'm a red-blooded American, and you know what we say about playing Pokemon is we kick ass. I don't know. I think I turned a little death battle at the end there. I've done nothing but teleport bread for fuck-o'clock fucking time. Fuck. Words. My brain forgot the quote. Dear God. 3 days. Yeah, it does sound like Boomstick. When I try to do Soldier, it turns into Boomstick. The trick about learning what impressions you can do is you try to do one impression and then you accidentally fall into another one and you go, cool, I can do this other impression. Like, me trying to do a Peter Griffin impression landed me in a Lois Griffin impression, and I was like, okay. Peter, we need to get to level 14 before we go fight Brock. Peter, you need to switch train. This is Gen 3. That's not my best Lois. That was bad. Do I play any rhythm games? I don't stream rhythm games. I used to play them more. And by play them, I mean I played Dance Dance Revolution a lot growing up. I had my DDR on my PS1, my PS2. I used to be able to do, the normal mode Bumblebee with my eyes closed, which I guess that's not impressive, unless you remember I was a small child. I was a small child, and I was like, Bumblebee is my song. And I played the fuck out of it. Sweet little bumblebee, I know what you want from me. Doop-de-doop-de-doo-da-da, doop-de-doop-de-doo-da-da. Sweet little bumblebee, more than just a fantasy. Doop-de-doop-de-doo-da-da, doop-de-doop-de-doo-da-da. Well, my heart skips a beat when you walk in the room. I go boom, 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 you go zoom, zoom, zoom. You're my playboy, play toy, lover, my friend. I wanna be with you until the end. I played the Love Live rhythm game on my phone back in the day. I was deep in the Love Live fandom. You know, I always gotta hit him with the Nico Nico. Because obviously Nico is my favorite girl. Anyone who knows me knows that makes total sense. But I kind of fell off of Love Live after the end of... I was like deep into it until we got the ending for Muse. And I fell off hard. Because I was so fucking pissed at the way that they ended the series. Like, I mean, the series, finger quotes, went on, but I mean, like, their story. Fucking, oh. The thing that was important is the fact that is that being school idols was a temporary thing, and then, even though we all have, like, worldwide success as idols, and this is something that we all love to do together, we're all gonna quit being idols together. All at once. We're all gonna cold turkey quit this thing that we love. And Nico's gonna go work in an office. Fuck you. Fuck you with that ending. Because they wanted to have a reason for why they were gonna stop following Muse, and they were gonna, you know, start following a new group of girls. And, you know, the whole idea of Love Live is that it's about school idols, right? But they have to fucking... But they were just like, oh yeah, no, they all just quit being idols. They quit doing this thing that they've been so passionate about this whole goddamn time. That's like if at the end of Prince of Tennis, they were all like, and then they stopped playing tennis. Like, oh, and that's why at the end of Kuroko no Basuke, they stopped playing basketball. Because it was important that they just did it in high school. Fuck you. Their story should have ended with them becoming full-time idols. Yeah! The idea that Nico Yazawa ends the series taking out her fucking pigtails and going from being the idol-obsessed fucking, like, girl who was so fucking fixated on being an idol herself and, like, holding idols to such a standard and, like, everything about idols was so important. And then she fucking... she fucking just quits and is like, yeah, I'm just gonna go do an adult Japanese office worker job. It's such a plot line that only makes sense if you understand what Japan is as a country, like what they're like, what Japan is like. Because the reason why every fucking show in Japan is about being in high school or working yourself to death and getting isekai'd into another world is because in Japan it's just accepted that, like, being an adult is a miserable exercise. Like, it is, like, no, the last time you were happy ever was in high school. And that's the only time you're allowed to be happy. And then after that, you go to work, and then you die. And then you hope that you get hit by Truck-kun. Like, it's such a... So them being like, no, these girls, they do their fun idol thing when they're in high school, and then they quit, and they get respectable real people jobs. Yeah, they literally have a word for working yourself to death. It's, wakoroshi? No. Am I remembering that correctly? Koroshi? Yeah, something koroshi. Sorry, we were gonna go fight Brock. Okay, gym battle time. We got Bobasaur in the lead. Do we have any... No, we wouldn't have any fucking items, do we? No. We just have our fucking potions. Yeah. I could buy, like, an extra potion, just in case. But I feel like if we start using the potions, we're already fucked. I mean, like, if we're deep into the potions. I wish we had, like, some held fucking items. I'll take 2 potions, sir. Yes, please. But that's the thing, they didn't want to break up the group, because if they broke up the group, then... If they broke up the group, then it would be like, oh, then they weren't, like, destined to be a group of 9, and it was supposed to be super special that they're, like, this group. But then they also still wanted them to... not. Good thing I solved this gym puzzle. God, the fact that his gym puzzle gets worse in this gen, like, this is not even a puzzle. I mean, it was never a puzzle, but, like, look at this. And he has only 1 gym trainer? Doesn't he have 2 in... Doesn't he have 2 gym trainers in Gen 1? Why is Brock's gym worse in Gen 3? Hello? Okay, let's do this, guys.
So you're here. I'm Brock. I'm Pewter's gym leader. My rock-hard willpower is evident even in my Pokemon. My Pokemon are all rock-hard and have true grit determination. That's right. My Pokemon are all rock-type. You're gonna have to challenge me knowing that you'll lose. That's the trainer's honor that compels you to challenge me. Fine, then. Show me your best. I'll turn my frying pan into a drying pan.
Yo, Chew, why do you feel like my voice is deeper? I mean, I was doing a voice just now. That's why my voice was deeper. Do you mean just, like, in general? Like, my voice has been deeper lately? I don't know, I've just been sounding like myself. Maybe I don't know, maybe I had a cold. And I sound funny? I don't know. Just in this stream, I've been pretty... Oh, I don't know. I don't know why, if my voice has been sounding deeper. I don't know. Now I'm gonna be self-conscious, huh? Okay, yep, one hit the Geodude. Okay, okay. The real trick is gonna be whether or not the Onyx crumbles. I know I shouldn't be this worried. It's an Onyx. It's fine. I've been so nervous about this fucking Nuzlocke. Oh, never mind. Fuck it. Yep. Bobasaur! We did it! Guys, we got our first gym badge! Yes. Trying to learn poison powder? Sure, dude! We don't need growl. Right? Like, yeah, having the character who's obsessed with idols quit is depressing. Yeah. And she was my favorite character. Actually, we want sleep powder more than poison powder. Because that will be helpful for catching Pokemon. And then it's gonna try to give us, fucking, paralysis powder, right? No, okay. Oh, I skipped his fucking text. Whoops.
As proof of your victory, I confer on you this, the official Pokemon League Boulder Badge.
Politichu received the Boulder Badge. Because Politichu didn't fit in the text boxes. Character limits my foe.
Just having the Boulder Badge makes your Pokemon more powerful. Also enables the use of the move Flash outside of battle.
Wow, Flash! Yeah. Thank you for the money.
Wait, take this with you.
TM39.
A TM, a technical machine, contains a technique for Pokemon. Using a TM teaches the move it contains to a Pokemon. A TM is good for only one use. So when you use one, pick the Pokemon carefully. Anyways, TM39 contains Rock Tomb. It hurls boulders at the foe and lowers its speed.
I don't think any of my Pokemon can learn that. Yeah, none of my Pokemon can learn that for sure. Yeah. Yeah, none of them can. I've got a flashing permit. And I think that's a good spot for us to wrap up the stream for today. Let's see who we're gonna raid. Well, everyone in chat, you guys think about what our raid phrase is gonna be. Because I like to come up with a fun little raid phrase. I'll save, don't worry. Oh, we have some options. Ooh. Crabjail streaming. Afterglow Ampharos is streaming. Zephyr Blaze VT is streaming. Miss Finesse is streaming. They're all lovely people. Or we could go for just if we want to do the same category. I can see if anybody is doing that. Doing the same category. What do you guys think? Comic book ass pull raid? I don't think we should be cussing jumping into people's chats. I feel like that's a good way for us to get in trouble. How about, the raid phrase is gonna be comic book info dump raid. And if you have my raid emotes, you can feel free to use them and add those to your raid phrase. Oh, me and Kairu Crocodile are the only streamers you watch? Oh my god, I'm such a big Kairu Crocodile fan! I'm a big fan of Croc. Oh my gosh. That's such an honor. You vote crab because they're energy? You know what? Also, crab is non-binary, and today's Trans Day of Visibility, so let's raid crab. Okay, everybody, let's have fun. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Everyone hydrate before you dihydrate. This is the hydration nation after all, okay? Hydrate, take any meds that you need to take, eat, do a little bit of self-care just for me, okay? If you can't do it for yourself, do it for the random Pichu on the internet. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye, YouTube. Bye.